Hello Sagittarius, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Sagittarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. All right, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a Four of Pentacles. This is very good. This is safety, security, stability, right? This is health, this is wealth, this is fitness and finances, all right? Let's put this into some context. What is going on? Oh, all right. a 10 of Pentacles too. We'll take it. We will take the 10 of Pentacles. And we've got some fire energy. Look at that fire energy. Some good water energy. Wheel of Fortune. Hanged Man. And the Fool. Wow. Wow, to get the Fool at the end here. I feel like this is, not only we have the Fool, we've got the Eon, Judgment, Rebirth, Reawakening, Baptism by Fire. Something is going on here that is really like renewing you, right? And I feel like by the end of this, you're feeling so light here. We're kind of floating with this Fool energy right there. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot that we are just going to set down over here. We'll put Mr. Tao, the yin-yang duck, right on top. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end, all right? So no peeking. It will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need, okay? And if at any point during the reading you get an idea, a sense, a feeling of what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments below. Let's see if we can tap into our intuition. Let's raise our vibrations. Yeah, I hope you'll play along with me. All right, let's take a look at what we've got. We've got major, a lot of major arcana. Wow. I mean, this is a major leveling up for you. This is a lot of progress. We really are transcending here. In a practical way, transcending through this doorway, and in a very spiritual way, transcending into this Fool energy. I mean, this is something else. With a Four of Pentacles, I think you're a simple person. You're a person that's kind of you're easygoing, right? I was going to say easy to please, but you're easygoing. You know, you don't expect a lot. You don't want anything crazy. You know, you want safety, security, stability, health, and wealth, right? You want your fitness and your finances, but you don't have extravagant needs or desires or wants, or it's just as long as the basic needs are met and a little extra, you're perfectly happy, right? Perfectly happy. I think it's that kind of a humbleness that you have. I think you're a rather humble person. You know, you don't live above your means. You don't overextend yourself. You try not to stretch yourself too thin, right? 10 of Pentacles. I think you're being rewarded for this. I think that your kind of your prudence, your caution, your humbleness, right, is paying off. I feel like that's all. It has all been an investment. Right? Trying to be a little bit frugal, trying to live within your means, you know, trying to be content and happy with just enough, right? Enough and maybe a little more. All of that has really been kind of putting a lot of coins in your karmic piggy bank, you know, and now it's time to reap those rewards. Yeah. I think we're really transcending. I think if this is, could be a business thing, it could be something to do with, well, maybe physical health too, but to me it feels rather financial or something to do with business, something to do with money. something to do with your physical realm, right? The mechanical world, the environment, maybe your home. Going from a 4 to a 10. Now, a 4 is good. Whenever I get a 4, I think, well, that's good. You know, nothing terrible's going on, but we're not expanding either, right? This is a business that's kind of got its rhythm, it's got its routine, it's modest, you know, but it's there, it's good. No complaints, right? No complaints. Definitely no complaints here, right? This is a big leveling up. This is a big kind of explosion of business. This is like, you're going to have to expand now. You're getting so many new customers. This is things really taking off in a major, major way, right? Beyond what this is kind of like, well, this is what I'm hoping for. I would be totally happy with this. You're going to be on cloud 9 with this. Well, maybe cloud 10, right? This is beyond your expectations. And this is going to catapult you through this doorway, through this eon, judgment, rebirth, reawakening. And it really is a rebirth, because then we're in this Fool. Then it's almost as if going through this doorway, going through this situation, it's kind of like a growth spurt in your business, right? It's really going to lead to new opportunities, to a lot of freedom, but also to a lot more of this kind of humbleness. It's like you have so much more, so therefore you need even less, right? Very interesting. Because the Fool is someone that doesn't need a lot, right? It's just kind of the wanderer, just has a little knapsack with them, doesn't need a lot of material goods, not a lot of creature comforts, right? So it's like the more results, the more rewards you get on the physical plane, the less you really care about them. And that's a nice problem to have, right? I would like that. What we see as far as this fire energy goes, a lot of effort, right? This is you kind of trusting the process. You've really put all of your energy into this situation, whether this is a work thing, maybe it's your own business, maybe it's your own creative endeavors, whatever you're working on, right? Whatever your work is, whatever your commitments are. I feel like you let yourself get carried away by it. You've put all of your energy into it. You held nothing back. Knight of Wands, right? Just completely let it run away with you. Yeah. This was risky. This was risky. This is, quitting your job to pursue an acting career. It's just, you're all in. You've got to be all in. Because there's nothing else to do. There's nothing left, right? There's no safety net with this one. We're allowing ourselves to be carried away. And it's kind of a good thing that you did. Now, I wouldn't recommend this. Anytime we get a Knight of Wands, I'm saying, don't do that. Well, you did it anyway, because it's in the kind of the recent past here. Well, it worked, because you went right up here to this doorway. And you've leveled up your life. You're responsible for this growth here, okay? Because you had no fear, because you committed. You shot your arrow right, and you just, kind of hope for the best here, and it worked. Going through this. Now, it wasn't an easy process. Make no mistake, this wasn't something that you just kind of glided right into. No, you struggled. You worked hard. You probably had setbacks. You probably had a lot of frustrations. This is a fiery doorway, right? So going through this portal into your best life, into your future, it burned off a lot of the extra from you, right? A lot of the unnecessary. It really showed you what was important, right? All the frivolous stuff got kind of melted away. And you're coming out the other side, well, stripped of everything that's unnecessary, right? Out of this doorway, the Fool emerges. Light, free, transcendent, right? Less encumbered, So this doorway, this process is really allowing you to discover, and maybe in a painful way, right? Maybe you've lost people, you've lost friends, you've lost possessions, time. A lot of sacrifices went into this, right? A lot of stuff is not going to be with you on the other side, but it's allowing you to see what really is important. The people, right? The objects, the ideas, the feelings, all of that stuff. It's burning off everything that's not necessary, that's not crucial to who you are. And that's kind of a painful process, right? But what it's also leading to is a renewal of your energy. See, this is the Knight of Wands, right? This is kind of the old timer. And then over here we have the youngster, right? It's a renewal. It's a revitalization of your ambition, of your enthusiasm, of your consciousness. Now we feel like we're 20 years younger now, you know? So we feel more vigorous. We feel ready for the next opportunity. Now it's just like, where's the next race, right? What else can I do? I've got so much energy. It's like my daughter, right? She's 3 years old, and it's like we will go out for a walk, or we'll have a busy day running errands and going to the park, and we'll get home, and she's like, what are we doing next? I'm like, I'm going to go to bed. I'm tired. But she's just got this vigor, you know? And I feel like this is renewing that for you, right? I'm not trying to compare you to a toddler or anything, but it's that kind of energy level, yeah? And so this is it's like you're kind of aging backwards here. You're Benjamin buttoning yourself going through this doorway. So it really does invigorate you, right? And underneath, we have that moon card. Now, the moon card to me is saying that you have always had a feeling, probably always had a dream, really. Maybe for years, right, since you were a kid, because I feel like this is really, really deep within you. You've always known that there was going to come a moment in your life where everything would change, right? And this is one of those, almost a premonition, really, where you knew everything was going to change, but you didn't quite know what it was going to change into. Like you knew there'd be a moment in your life where something major would happen. But we didn't know what. With this moon energy, right? Now, the point with the moon card is that we have to just muster the courage, however we can do it, and move into this future, even though it is unknown, right? So this major decision in your life, this major move, this major transition, this major event, we knew it was going to happen, and the only thing that we knew for certain was A, that it was going to happen, but B, that we had to have the courage to go through with it, right? To endure it. So it's like you knew there'd be this Eon card, this doorway, this leveling up, this new era for you. Something that you've always known, you've always had this dream about, maybe a recurring dream. But you never quite knew what it was going to be, right? It's like you knew that you were destined for something great, something major, something intensely significant, but you didn't know what. Well, I think you know now, or you're finding out anyway. Let's move to the path of the serpent, and as I do this, I'd like to ask that you hit the like button, leave me a comment, and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't yet, all right? Especially if this is resonating with you. All right, I appreciate you. Okay, path of the serpent, 6 of Cups. This is beauty. This is harmony. This is your general energy. And this is feeling pretty good. This is feeling like you're finally in sync with the world, right? That you're finally exactly in the environment that you're supposed to be. This is, entering a situation that brings out the best in you, and you're bringing out the best in it, or them, or the situation, or the other people, or whatever. It's a real harmony, a real resonance. I don't think you've felt this for a long time, because I think that we've been putting our all into it for a long time. And so it's nice now to get a little bit of a rest, right? It's nice now to feel like this is paying off, and now there's this harmony. I don't think it's rest necessarily, because You're kind of like a toddler now. You're not gonna, rarely will you rest. But it's that feeling, that good feeling, that I'm doing what I'm meant to do. It feels good, and it is only getting better. Better and better and better. We've got the Wheel of Fortune next, the environment. This, for one thing, is the divine timing, right? This is Spirit's wristwatch. This is the cosmic timepiece. This is saying, now's your time to succeed. Now is your time to level up, to expand, to double down, whatever you want to call it. Now is your time to exceed what your expectations may have been. This is a card that also says that your conscious awareness is expanding, right? So not only is this business expanding or whatever the success thing is, not only is it getting bigger, but your imagination is getting bigger. Now you are thinking of new ideas left and right. Every second of every day you're thinking of ways. Your consciousness is expanding, and it's including everything. It's like your arms are stretched out and just grabbing the entire universe. Nothing is outside your grasp, right? So we're getting more and more plans, more and more ideas. We're thinking bigger and bigger and bigger. And this is a good energy. This is some Jupiter energy. This is a card that requires a little bit of faith and hope and trust. And this is the part of the obstacle here. Got the Hanged Man. What is the Hanged Man doing there? Well, I think the Hanged Man is really a card that says the hardest part for you is to trust this and trust that it's really happening. Trust that it is not a dream, for one thing. And to trust that you can continue to expand and think bigger and bigger and bigger. Right? This is the Hanged Man, trust falling on that Wheel of Fortune, right? Now, we can look at these two. This could be a medieval torture device, right? Or this could be the greatest thing in the universe that has ever happened, right? Ever, ever, ever. It depends on our perspective. Depends on how we're looking at it. This could either be the best thing that's ever happened to you or the worst, right? I kind of know what I think about it, but it's up to you to accept it, to trust it, to just allow yourself to fall into it, right? To trust Spirit, to trust your guardian angel, your spirit guides, your ancestors. I'm thinking more and more with the Hanged Man. It feels like a card of trust to me, right? That I will go ahead and step into this. And I'm trusting that whatever happens on the other side, whatever the next adventure is, whatever the results of all of this is, it's going to be exactly what it's supposed to be, you know? So I think trust, maybe trusting other people. I don't know. It's hard to tell because there's not a lot of court cards here. We've got so much major arcana, right? Major, 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 major. We've just got these court cards, but these are you. So I don't know if this is really a difficulty trusting other people or just difficulty trusting the universe, trusting that this whole thing is actually happening. With the Hanged Man, it's almost a card that says, I wonder if I'm going to wake up into like a 9 of swords at some point, right? We wake up, it's like I don't want to wake up. So if I wake up, I'm going to bury my head in my hands and I'm going to cry out because this was such a great dream, right? But all these energies are saying, no, this is not a dream. The Fool here, this is saying you're wide awake. You're not dreaming, you're wide awake. And we're ready. This is almost like this is just the beginning too, right? That this now is giving you freedom to do so many other things, to take some of these great ideas that you're coming up with and implementing some of them. Probably can't do all of it, right? But this is saying that, hey, your adventure is just beginning. That your great ideas, your innovative ideas really have potential here, right? People are interested in what you have to say, interested in your vision, interested in what you can create. See, this is the 0 card. This is the card from which every other card springs. And this is also the energy that is comfortable in every situation. So to me, this feels like you're not just staying in your lane, that you're venturing into other lanes, on other freeways, you're on dirt roads, you're on highways, waterways, all sorts of paths here. You're not just sticking to the one thing that you know, you're expanding, you're branching out, you're experimenting, you're diversifying your creative talents. Yeah. I like this. I like this very much. I was hoping to do an oracle card or something today, but I don't even know what we need. Maybe let's do an I Ching reading for the Fool, right? Let's see what other kind of wisdom we might need to keep in mind, or what might be coming next, right? I feel like you're on cloud 9. I feel like you are over the moon with this one. I don't know how it could get any better, but the I Ching has a way of making a point, right? So I'll just shuffle till it feels right. This one, not that one, this one. Not those, this one. 37, people in the home. A woman's constancy is fruitful. In the home. Let's see what it says. People in the home cooperate in their shared space and invest in it together. Steadily over time, all involved can grow freely, find their place, and nurture connections with others. New things can enter and grow, becoming part of the whole. Where are the boundaries of the home? It's in quotations. The home you inhabit. How are you building inner and outer relationships into a home? What kinds of growth does this environment support? Well, this whole thing is about growth, right? Growing freely. Now, there's this idea of connecting with others, with boundaries, with finding home, right? Which is kind of what this. That's interesting when we think about the Fool, right? Because the Fool is kind of the infinite wanderer, the eternal wandering fool. Doesn't really have a home. Is kind of home is wherever you lay your head, right? Reminds me of a Metallica song. I like the Black Album. Anything after that, I don't really like. So this is kind of cool. This is talking about what kind of home are you creating? Now, this doesn't just mean home as in the little castle that you've kind of established for yourself. But this is making like the entire universe your home. This is expanding into so many different areas where, like I said before, the Fool is kind of familiar, is comfortable in every place. Everywhere is home, right? And you're taking everything. You're making all these different moves, all of these different ideas, this expansion. It's all becoming part of your home. Yeah? How are you building inner and outer relationships into a home? So we do have the idea of relationships here, which is cool because I didn't have much of a sense of what kind of relationships are in your life right now. But because this Wheel of Fortune is in the position of your relationships, this is telling me that you are also expanding those relationships. You're expanding the people who are you're networking, right? Your network is growing too. As is this, the physical component, the business part of it, as are your opportunities. I think so are your relationships. Now, I think we should look at that mystery card and see what Mr. Tao has for us. Thank you, Mr. Tao. People in the home. Yeah, very cool. Let's see. Well, you know what we're missing? Well, no, I guess we're not missing. We have a 6 of Cups. So we've got some water energy. I was thinking, so we have a 10 of Pentacles. Maybe we need a 10 of Cups, right? I'll go ahead and say that anyway. I say maybe a 10 of cups, right? We're on cloud 10. 9 or a 10 of cups, right? As I said cloud 9 earlier, maybe it'll be 9 of cups. Hopefully not the 9 of swords. Oh, no. I hope I didn't just jinx it. Let's see. Oh, 9 of cups. 9 of cups. See, you can't make this stuff up. You're on cloud 9. I mean, this is the pursuit of your ultimate happiness. There's no better feeling than this. And this is a happiness that keeps on happening. You know, it's because it's an odd number. It's active. It's a process. It's not just a state. I'm glad it's not a 10 of cups, right? The 9 of cups is saying that we keep going. We're going to keep growing and expanding and building. And as long as it has that sense of destiny, as long as it has that bliss and that happiness, as long as it has meaning and value and purpose to you, you're going to keep pursuing it. Keep going. There's no limit here. There is no limit. The only reason we had a 10 of pentacles is because there's no 11 of pentacles, right? So there's no limitation with like the Fool energy too. There's no limit to the Fool's energy. It expands infinitely. Same thing with the Jupiter energy, the Wheel of Fortune. It's expansiveness. Everything we see here is just getting better and better and better. This is not the end of the story here. 9 of cloud 9. Look at that. Man, I can't believe it. Very nice. I love it. We're going to do an extended reading, see what other kind of magic we can make in that reading. If you want to watch it, click up here in the corner. All right. That'll give you access to all of the extended readings, not just for Sagittarius, but for every sign. You can cross-watch, check your other placements. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together. Man, 9 of